What's up guys, Syiler here, and I am back with another video, this time showing you where to get all the different mounts that come from raids. These are all going to be soloable raids, and I'm going to be going through each and every single one of them to show you where the mount comes from, the drop rate, the raid location, all that kind of information you will need. Now that will be quite a long video, so I am going to be splitting it into two parts. In the first part we will do Vanilla to Wrath of the Lich King, and then in part 2 we will do Cataclysm to Mr. Pandaria. The first raid on our list is the Temple of Anchorage, which is located within Silithus, which is the south end of the Kalimdor. And from here we're going to get 4 different mounts. We're going to get the blue, the green, the yellow, and the red Karaji battle tanks. Now unfortunately these mounts can only be used with inside the AQ based raids, but they still do add to your total mount collection, so they're worth picking up if you do need extra numbers. So we're going to head inside. The raid size doesn't matter, you can be on 10 man, 20 man, heroic, it doesn't matter. We're just going to head inside. And here you're going to find trash. Now from the trash, you're going to find that the blue, the yellow, and the green has about a 4 to 5% drop chance, and the red will be on about a 1%. And it just can come from any trash in here. You can kill everything and anything, it's up to you. What I would recommend doing is killing all of this trash in front of the first boss. Don't kill the first boss, run out, reset the raid, and then come back in and keep repeating that until you have the mounts. The alternative is you kill the first boss and you proceed to kill everything else within the raid, and then you can come back once the raid fully resets, because once you kill that first boss, the trash in front of the first boss will no longer respawn. So it's up to you how you want to go about doing that. As I said, I would recommend just farming the trash, as that's going to yield you the quicker result. Next up we have Karazhan, and from here we're going to get the Fiery Warhorse. And if you don't know where Karazhan is, that is in Eastern Kingdoms, and it's over in Deadwind Pass. Now there are 2 entrances into Karazhan. We want to use the old entrance, which will take us to the raid. If you use the new entrance, it will take you into the 5-man dungeon, and you're not going to get the same mount that we're after. So you want to go through the front entrance, which is right here, and unfortunately this mount cannot fly, but it is going to be on a 1% drop chance from Attuneman the Huntsman, that's his name. So we're going to head inside the old school, and you'll see it's the old school because it'll say the Burning Crusade, and it won't look quite as good visually. Head inside, and we're just going to go to where the attunement is. We can go straight there, so it's nice and quick. And then once we get here, we're going to pull him and kill him. There's nothing special you need to do or know. He will be on his mount, he'll jump off, just kill him. There's not anything really crazy. Now I do use Crackling Jade Lightning just to try and kill him a little bit slower, as sometimes it can bug out because of the damage, but it should be fine. Worst case, if it bugs out, you run out, reset it, do it again. So with him dead, we can now leave this place, and unfortunately no mount, but we don't really need that anyway. So we're going to head out and head to the next raid. Now the next raid on our list is the Ashes of Allah, which comes from the Eye, also known as Tempest Keep. And you'll find this in Outland. Over in Netherstorm, you'll find kind of like these floating islands. You will need flying to be able to get up here. And it's basically the big structure in the middle, known as the Eye. And we want to come here and head inside. Once again, raid difficulty, raid size, doesn't matter. There's only one size and one difficulty that this raid can be on. And we're going to head inside. Now the Ashes of Allah is on about a 2% drop chance. It was buffed at some point. I believe it used to be on 1, but it is now up to 2. And a lot of people used to believe that Ashes of Allah came from Allah, which is the first boss. And it's quite easy to believe that because it is a boss that looks very similar to the mount, so people thought that's where it came from. But instead it actually comes from the last boss, which is Kel'Thas Stunstrider. So we're going to head all the way to him. It's up to you which way around you go. You can go through the left path or the right path. It makes no difference whatsoever. And we're going to head straight to the boss. Now unfortunately this is quite a long fight. He likes to waste our time as much as possible. He is going to be doing quite a lot of talking and basically time wasting. So the best bet is to just pull it as quickly as possible and wait. Maybe watch a film while you're waiting or something, I don't know. But he's going to activate each of his kind of lieutenants one at a time. You'll kill them all, and then he's going to summon a few weapons, kill all these, get some legendaries that unfortunately aren't real legendaries. And then once he's done with that, you're eventually going to get all the 4 lieutenants are going to resurrect again. You're going to kill all of them, and then finally, once that's done, you'll be onto the actual boss, Kel'Thas. So it is quite a waiting game because it's meant to be timed and like event based. So there's no way of really speeding this up. So eventually he's going to resurrect all his lieutenants. We can kill those. They will CC chain you pretty hard. I would recommend killing the mage one if possible first, as she is the more annoying. And then once they're done with, we can kill Kel'Thas. He's going to fly into the sky. He's going to do things. And then he's going to come back down. And then that'll be the final bit of the encounter. We can kill him fully. And then he'll be done. We'll actually get some loot. So we have it. Loot him. Hopefully you get Ashes of Light. If not, we're on to the next raid. So the next raid on our list is the Eye of Eternity, which is located in Caldara within Borean Tundra, Northrend. And from here we're actually going to have a chance of getting 2 mounts. We'll either get the Blue Drake or the Azure Drake. The Azure Drake is one of my favourite looking kind of drakes, and with the runes and the kind of colour scheme on it, it looks quite nice for one of the basic drakes. So I would recommend trying to pick this up. And you can actually get both of the mounts drop at the same time. It doesn't matter whether you do this on 10 or 25 man, it's going to make no difference. Obviously 10 man is a little bit quicker, but they're not going to impact the drop chances or anything along those lines. And as mentioned, both of them are on their own kind of loot drop, so both of them could drop at the same time as well. So to get to the Eye of Eternity, it's the very top portal. So you have the bottom layer, the middle layer, and then the top layer, and we want to go into the top dungeon. Once more, as mentioned, the raid difficulty doesn't really matter, and you can do this on 10 or 25 man, up to you. You know, you will get a bit more gold, a bit more loot, but the mount chance won't change. Once inside, we're going to run and click the orb, and then the boss will come down, start the fight. Once he's dead, which he will be pretty damn quick, he's going to summon a bunch of adds. Kill those adds with whatever you want. If you've got a ranged weapon, you know, use that to kill them. If you're a melee with no real range spells, then kill one of them. Jump on the disc and then fly around and kill them all. But basically a low damage range spell will be enough to kill them at this point. Once they're all dead, he's going to be annoyed, he's going to break the platform, and then you'll have like a bit of a vehicle encounter. It doesn't really matter what you press at this point, he should be pretty much dead anyway. Just press the 1 button and you'll finish him off. And there we go. And then there's going to be a chest that you can eventually loot, like a heart. Oh, actually it's not the heart, it's the red thing. And then inside there could be 2 of the mounts, could be 1 of the mounts, could be nothing, you know? So once we're done with that, you can take the portal to leave, and then we're on to the next raid. So if you've had some bad luck by now, then this place will give you some good luck. This place has a 100% chance of giving you a mount. This is going to be the Black Drake or the Twilight Drake. It is the Black Drake on 10 man, and the Twilight Drake on 25 man. So depending on which one you want or need, you will need to set the raid to the correct difficulty. And this is going to be from Obsidian Sanctum. So you want to come to the Dragon Blight, you're going to come to the Wormrest Temple, right in the center-ish. And then we're going to come to the kind of north side of the temple, and you're going to fly down to the lower section. As you can see here, big crack in the ground, we're going to fly down. And as mentioned, if you want the Black Drake, do it on 10 man. Want the Twilight Drake, do it on 25 man. Now you can do this, you know, 1 week, get the 10 man, come back the next week, do it on 25. Or if you have multiple characters, you could do it 1 on 25 and then come on the other character and do it on 10 man. And this will be a 100% chance of giving you the mount. So as mentioned, do make sure you are on the correct raid size. Head inside, and then we can start the raid. So to get the mount, there is one condition. You cannot kill any of the Twilight Drakes around the room. You must kill Satharion in the middle without killing any of the Twilight Drakes before the fight starts. So I would recommend just coming, especially if you're 110, coming straight to the middle and killing Satharion. You should do it very, very quickly. Shouldn't be any issue at all for you. Even if all the mobs do make it to you, it should be not a problem at all. So I would recommend just doing that, and then you're guaranteed to not mess it up, and then you'll get the mount. And then we're going to head outside. And we're going to head to the next one, which is going to be the Grand Black War Mammoth. Now this one's quite a pain because you do need to be in control of this zone, Winterspring. You do need to be in control of that to be able to, actually is it even called Winterspring? It's called, I can't remember the name of it. Winter's Grasp, that's the one, not Winterspring. You do need to be in control of Winter's Grasp before you're able to enter the raid, and the place cannot be in conflict either, so you need to actually control it, and there needs to be no battle taking place. We're going to head inside here, and there's going to be 4 bosses within here that can all drop you the mount, so I would recommend killing all 4 of them, and all 4 of them are going to have about a 1% chance of giving you the reins of the Grand Black War Mammoth. So just fly around, kill all 4. There's going to be 1 in the left and right section of the raid as soon as you enter. And then further up there's going to be kind of another right hand side section. And then there's going to be a path straight down that'll take you to the final boss too. Nothing special or important you need to know or do about in this place. Literally just make sure you kill all 4 of the bosses. As I said, the hardest part of this place will actually be able to kind of enter, because the raid is generally controlled by your opposite faction. Whenever I'm trying it on Alliance character, Horde owns it. Whenever I'm on Horde, Alliance owns it. It's always fun. And then you can try and win the battle yourself if you really want, but generally you're outnumbered. There'll be like 3 or 4 opposite faction players trying to do it too. So next up on our list is going to be the Reigns of the Onyxian Drake, and this comes from Onyxia's Lair, which is in Dustwallow Marsh, so you want to come to Kalimdor for this. And then kind of to the south end of Kalimdor, you're going to find the Wormbog, and here you'll find Onyxia's Lair. Now once again, this can be done on 10 and 25 man, doesn't matter which version you do it on, will not impact the drop chance at all. Same with the last raid we just did as well, the Vault of Archavon, 10 or 25 man makes no difference whatsoever. So we're going to head inside, doing it on 10 man because as I said, it makes no difference, and you're going to have about a 1% chance of getting this mount as well. Now all of these raids I've mentioned apart from AQ has a 1 week reset, so if you do it on Tuesday is reset for US and Wednesday is reset for EU, so keep that in mind as well if you want to be farming these. And you can do them, you could do them on all your ults as well. Your ults have not shared lockouts, so you can do them multiple times if you have multiple characters. So we're going to run in, we're going to hit Onyxia. She's going to fly into the air. Unfortunately she's invincible while she's in the air, so you have to kill all of these whelps. Just wait for them to kind of group up and AoE them down, and then once they're all dead she will land again and you can kill her. Easy as that. And then if you're lucky you would have got the Onyxian Drake. Once again, quite a cool looking basic Drake. So with those mounts out of the way, now the 2 more sought after mounts, some of the mounts that I'm still after myself, and ones I wish I could get to drop, and ones that most people want. So the first one is Mimiron's head, and that's going to come from Ulduar. Ulduar is located in Storm Peaks, nearly forgot the name of it. And to the north end of Storm Peaks you'll find Ulduar, and then right at the top there's going to be kind of this like platform section that you need to fly to, and right up there you're going to find the entrance to Ulduar, so as you can see here. Now this does need to be on 25 man. Heroic or normal doesn't matter, but it does need to be at least on 25 man difficulty, so do make sure you are on 25 man before you enter, and then pop inside. And this mount is going to be on a 1%-ish drop chance, and it is going to take you quite a while to get to it. Unlike the other places, you do need to clear through quite a lot of stuff to actually get to the last boss, so be ready for the long haul basically. So we're just going to pick up the Demolisher, and we're going to run all the way down. I would recommend speaking to Bran. If you speak to Bran Bronzebeard, then the fight is normal mode. If you speak to the Titany looking guy in the center, it will be hard mode. Won't make that much difference to a 110 character, but it will impact things a little bit. So I would definitely recommend speaking to Bran just to speed things up a little bit. And then eventually we are going to get to the first boss. You just clear out all the trash here. And then once all the trash is cleared out, we're able to summon the boss. The boss will spawn. And then yeah, just kill him as normal. Use the Pyrite, which is on button, I think, like 3 or something. Build up the Pyrite stacks, and then use button 1. And that's basically all you need to know. And then we're going to run straight down, and then we're going to fight XT Deconstructor, kill him. We're going to teleport to the Antechamber. And then we don't need to fight any of the bosses to the left or right of the section, the previous section. Instead, we're just going to run straight to Cologram, kill him, get him out of the way. And then we're going to head down. So now we need to kill all of the Titan Keeper guys, whatever. The first one up is going to be Hodir in the Halls of Winter. Just going to run down here, killing everything in our way. Or you can skip it if you're able to. Doesn't really matter, you don't need to kill these things. And eventually we're going to come to Hode's room if we take the left path. Once here, just basically kill him, nothing special. You can loot the left and right chest if you kill him fast enough, which you should be able to if you want that extra gold, but we don't really care for it right now. And then we're going to be heading into the Clash of Thunder, which is Thorim's room. So in here, we're going to kill all of the mobs in the arena. We're going to go over and click the switch. That'll open the gate. And then we're basically going to follow this gauntlet down. The only mob you need to kill is the big guy in front of the gate. The rest of the stuff doesn't really matter. And then once again, this big guy in front of the gate once again. And then follow down the right hand side. If you run down the middle, you're going to get stunned. Give Thorim a hit with an attack. He'll jump into the center. You can beat him down. And then that is going to be him done as well. And then you might be stuck in combat for a little, but then you can loot the chest. So next up on our list is Freya. Now, if you don't kill the chick running around the center, you're not going to be able to use the teleporter here. So I would recommend killing her as well. I can never really remember her name, just the crazy cat woman. But I'm going to head to Freya. Now, Freya fight might be a little bit difficult for you depending on your gear. She does have a bit of a healing mechanic to her. If you want to reduce the healing mechanic, basically all you do is kill her adds. She'll have like an AoE swarm of adds. She'll have like a big tree that silences you. You got to stand under the mushrooms, and then she'll have these 3 that need to die at the same time. And every time you kill a set of adds, her healing will be reduced. So then we're going to move down to Mimiron's chamber. I think it's called like the Spark of Imagination. Head down there. And this will be Mimiron's room. Yeah, there we go, Spark of Imagination. Once here, start the fight with Mimiron, just give him a hit. And then this is going to be quite a long fight as well, unfortunately. We do need to kill off his tank, his Leviathan. And then he's going to come back into a gun turret. But nothing really special you need to know about any of these fights. Just basically a lot of RP and a lot of time waste, unfortunately. So he's going to come back, then we'll be able to kill that off nice and easy. And then once that is out of the way, we can then kill the head. I would recommend speccing into some kind of ranged spell if you're like a warrior. Something that you can kill the head with, but if you're unable to do that, all you have to do is kill the scrap bots. You'll loot a core. A magnetic core, throw that down and it'll let you kill the head a lot faster. But the issue is in this final phase there is no magnet, so you will need some kind of ranged spell to be able to hit the head. And all 3 body parts need to die at roughly the same time. You will have a little bit of time to kill the other parts, but if you have very weak or non-existent range damage, then you might struggle with that a little. So once that's done, we're going to head all the way back up the stairs to the teleporter and we're going to go to the Shattered Walkway. We're going to head down the stairs. Now do not talk to any of the keepers that are around the room. If you do that, you mess up the ability to get the mount, and you might have to wait for it to reset, like run outside, try and reset it, or you'll have to wait for it to hard reset. So hopefully you've not spoke to any of the keepers, and then we're going to head down into the Descent into Madness. So we're nearly done now. Head down here. We can kill the trash if you want, you don't have to. I'm going to ignore most of it and we're just going to head straight to General Vizax. Going to kill him off and then the gate will open behind us. So as long as you've not spoke to any of the Guardians, they won't be in this room, which is good. We're going to head inside and we're going to run through these gas clouds and then we're going to stand right on Sarah and they're all going to come towards her. You're going to kill them on top of her. They will explode, they'll damage her, and once she's been damaged enough we'll move into phase 2. And then Yogg-Saron comes, and this is one of my favourite kind of like boss quotes. I don't know why, it's always just kind of stuck with me. All the adds will spawn, or tentacles. Nothing really special you need to know, but if you are a pet class, dismiss your pet. The only way you can lose sanity in this fight is if you're not on your own. So if you have a pet, whatever, just get rid of it because you don't need it anyway. And you'll be able to do the fight no problem. So dismiss those pets. Eventually, just keep killing the tentacles, and eventually you will get portals spawn. Go inside the portals, face away from the kind of spooky skulls. Keep killing all the adds in the room, and then you'll be able to head into the brain. Once the brain is damageable, kill it. head outside and you'll be able to damage your Onyxian now. You should be able to kill the brain pretty damn quick, so there should be no problems there. And then hopefully you've got a mount. If not, then damn. And the last mount on this video's list is from Icecrown Citedal within Icecrown. And here we're going to find the Invincible Reins. Now this is a mount that a lot of people want. It's one of my more favourite mounts. I do like Mimiron's head too, and it's another mount that's eluded me quite hard. And this mount is on a 1% drop chance once again from the last boss, the Lich King, and it is quite a cool looking mount. So to do this, we do need to be on 25-man heroic. So do make sure you're setting your right-clicking your character portrait, going down to raid difficulty, setting it to heroic and 25-man. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do this. So once it is on that, we're going to head inside. And then we can begin the long kind of spree of bosses in here. So we're going to run through and we're going to start off with the first boss. So we're going to run in a straight line. Nothing special you need to do or know. Just run all the way down. You'll probably pull some mobs and there's some traps in here as well that slow you down. So try and avoid those if possible. If you're a rogue, you can see them, I think. I don't know if rogues still have that. But yeah, just run straight down, kill the first boss, and then move on. Or you get trolled by the trash and they put you in a cocoon and then reset when you go to kill them. It's up to you. So once he is dead, we're going to move around to the next section of the room. And here we'll have Lady Death Whisper. You can run straight down the center of the room and not pull any of the trash. And then basically she'll have a mana shield. She'll just keep beating her down until the shield's gone. She'll summon some ads, but it's not really that big of a deal. Now I would recommend running back to the teleporter instead of waiting for the lift. It's a little bit quicker, saves you some time. If you're Horde, you want to go to the right when you're up here. And if you're Alliance, you want to go to the left. That's where your faction's gunship is, basically. So we are Horde, so we're going to head to the right. You can talk to the NPC and get a jetpack to equip, but you shouldn't need it. So speak to the main leader on the boat, jump inside the cannon, and keep pressing the number 1 button until you get to about 90 energy on the cannon. Don't take it all the way to 100 because you'll overheat the gun. Just keep it around 90. I think you get about 8 points every time you use the number 1 button. So having it as close to 100 is better, but you don't want to overheat it. Once the enemy gunship comes into sight, press number 2, and then keep pressing number 1 over and over again, and it will die very, very quickly. Once that is out of the way, we can move on to the next boss, and unfortunately this place has a hell of a lot of RP, so there's not much we can do about that. So we have to wait for your faction guy to walk off here. Will take some time. I did get a weird moving bug, I don't know if you can tell, but I could only move sideways. Speak to him to start the event. I think Alliance has a very short RP event here, and theirs comes after the fight, while Horde has a very long one in the beginning. So all you can do is kind of wait for that to pass. So he's going to talk, he's going to be like, "Father, son, father." And eventually it will start. One day, I believe. Yeah, any time now. It's coming. It's about to start the fight. And here it is, finally. So the fight has begun. And then you'll be able to kill Sarfang. And then once that's done, there's a chest to the right if you want to loot it. But we don't really care for that, so we're going to head straight. And we're going to head into the main section of the raid. So it doesn't matter which way around you go, I just have gotten used to going left into the Plague Works. It's just kind of the default path. But it really doesn't matter which way around you go. So we're going to head into the Plague Works. You have to kill the bosses to the left and the right before you can get to the last boss in this section. So we're going to go to the right first, and we're going to kill off, what's this guy called? Rotface. And the dog outside of his room can give a shirt as well called the Precious Ribbon. Quite sought after and quite a low drop chance as well, so make sure you loot Precious. And once you kill Rotface, use the kind of valve in his room, and that'll get the ooze flowing. Now we're going to head to the opposite side and kill Festagut, doing the same thing using the valve, and that'll get the gas flowing as well. Then once both sides are done, the door will open. You'll go inside, and then there's going to be kind of like a weird little event where the scarabs will keep spawning over and over again, or the roaches, and just keep killing them off as much as possible using AoE spells, whatever. And eventually, once you've killed enough, I don't know if it's time-based or kill-based, I'm pretty sure it's kill-based, you'll eventually get the door to open. So we're just going to kill off as many as possible. And then the door will open, taking us to Professor Preacherside. Nothing special you need to do here. I wouldn't recommend clicking the table, you don't need to. Just kill the boss, get him done with, and then we can head out. So once we're done with this room, we are going to be moving into the Blood Queen's Sanctum, is it called? I can never remember the name of this place. But we're just going to be heading to the next section, basically. There's only 2 bosses in this section, so it's pretty damn quick. And not too much trash either, unless you end up doing what I do and pull like 1 billion mobs by accident. Oh, it's the Crimson Hall, okay, not the Blood Queen's Sanctum. Run straight over and you'll activate the little RP event. Eventually these 3 mobs will come alive and there'll be a boss. And all you need to do is focus down the one that has the HP. The HP will switch between them, but if you're decently, like, not even decently good, if you're 110 they should instantly die. So we're going to move all the way around this place, and then we're going to head into the Sanctum of Blood. That's probably why I thought it was Sanctum of the Blood Queen. We're going to kill off the boss. If you want the achievement to be bit, then you can wait a little bit and she will bite you, or you can kill her really quick and she won't bite you, so you'll get the bit or non-bit part of that achievement done too. And then once that's done we can jump down, and then we can head into the Frostwing Halls. Now unfortunately I did not kill the mobs before I jumped down, so they're literally going to pull everything that I've not pulled, which is a little bit of a pain. So what I end up doing here is killing off the Vical. Wait, no, it's not. Is it a Vical? I can never remember the difference. The Valkyrie, no, it's a Valkyrie. The Vical is the men people, the warriors. The Valkyrie is the angel thing. So I have to wait for all of these mobs to come, otherwise they're going to hunt me through the whole raid and keep me in combat. So I just have to wait for them to die. So I would not recommend jumping down before you've killed those mobs if you do aggro them. Once they're finally all dead, we can head into this room. Now you can kill this boss if you want to. It's a healing encounter, so you have to heal the boss to full HP. I don't have time to deal with that, so you can skip it. Don't have to do it, won't have any impact in the run whatsoever. So head straight to the other end, and you basically skip it by just running around the outside of the room. Don't pull any of the mobs in the room and you'll be fine. So once we're done with that, we can head down the elevator, and this will be kind of like a gauntlet type thing. Mobs are just going to keep coming and coming over and over again until you're done with the main waves, and then once that's done you can leave. So we're going to have a set of spiders, spooders, and then some Vical, and then some more spiders, and then once we're done with that, I believe it's only 3 waves, yep, we can leave. And then we need to kill the trash on the right and left side, so just kill these down with some AoE or whatever. And once we're done with that, you will get these 2 like mini bosses spawn. Kill both of those, and then once both of those are dead, Syndra Ghost will spawn and come across. She's going to fly over and be killed off nice and quick. And then we're going to head, you can mount up in this section if you didn't know, and we're going to head over to the teleporter hidden away in the corner of the room, and we're going to go to the upper sanctum, I think it's called, or the spire. And then we're going to run straight to the middle of that section. You'll be able to use the teleporter there now. You'll speak to Tyrion. It's too soon, Bible thump. And Lich King will start the encounter. Now there are a couple of annoying things that can actually kill you on this, even as a 110. He should die pretty quick, but there are things called shadow traps. He'll cast something called a shadow trap and it'll go under your feet. When you see the animation go off, you just want to move away from where you currently stood quite a bit. Otherwise, if you stood in it, it will knock you back and can potentially knock you off the platform. And then the next thing, when he runs to the middle of the room, he will summon frozen orbs that if they get to you, they will explode, knocking you back too. But we do so much damage that none of those things are an issue, but they could be for some lower gate ults or whatever. So that's about the only real scary thing that you need to worry about. Then once that is done, he'll go through all his RP. This will take some time once again. And eventually he'll be killable. You'll get resurrected, although we don't actually die, but he thinks you're dead. Bless him. Crazy to think, like, back then he'd just insta-kill you, but you've grown strong enough that you're better than the Lich King. Although in reality you're probably not, but still. That was one thing I really liked about this fight. He's the only person who's actually just killed us, you know? If it wasn't for some cheat mechanics, Tyrion remembering he has bubble, then we wouldn't have actually won. It's cool. Very cool. So once that is done, you'll be quote-unquote resurrected, and you'll be able to finally finish him off. Eventually, if I have actually hit him. There we go. So now we can finish him off, you can loot him, and you might have Invincible. And if you don't, well, same. So that is it for the Wrath of the Lich King stuff. In the next video, we will be covering more. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya!